Welcome to the demonstration of FusionFox Advanced Onboarding AI to autopilot onboarding process using artificial intelligence. In this demonstration, we would be focusing on onboarding planning, onboarding process AI setup, setting up checklists, onboarding task center, and onboarding to kick off self-check-in process. Pre-onboarding planning application is for initiating onboarding process along with onboarding. Other than onboarding planning, you can also use appointment or job offer application to kick off onboarding process. Let's have a look at onboarding planning application. Here is the list of candidates being planned to onboard, and the process has already been initiated. I am selecting Isaac Stephen, who was hired for Senior Analyst position and scheduled to join on the 30th of April 2018. This is the name of the AI process selected for onboarding Isaac, along with other job-related information. Candidate contact details are defined here. Hiring reference is databank in this case, but it could also be job offer or hiring request, and databank reference number and date is selected. There is a list of activities in this process, and each activity can have its own checklist. You can have department-wise onboarding activities, and each department can maintain their own checklist and delegate tasks or actions to their team members. For instance, we have selected IT department activities, and all the tasks listed here are defined in the checklist which is associated with the activity. Let's take another candidate planned to onboard, and hiring reference in this case is job offer. And there could be other reference types such as hiring request, etc. I am returning back to Isaac and opening the wizard used for including candidates in the onboarding plan. The plan was initiated on this date. You can give title or description to the plan. Here is the list of hiring references, and then select reference number in order to pull candidate details. In this case, all the relevant details were pulled automatically, such as position, job profile, nationality, etc., from databank profile number 1. In the next stage, we can see all the details about the candidate, which is again populated automatically from the databank. Onboarding process is mandatory here, and then update stage, contract template, hiring reason. You can upload candidate picture here and add instruction to the candidate to display in onboarding dashboard. Once you execute your onboarding plan, the system will automatically send an email to the candidate containing 4-digit access key and application link. The candidate can log on using email ID and the 4-pin access key to self-check-in using onboarding. This is onboarding dashboard for candidates to self-check-in. They can see onboarding date, when and where to report on day 1, along with who to contact, view list of coworkers, and upload documents to be shared with HR department, update contact or personal details, and upload picture. Candidates can see day-wise activities planned, schedule, venue, and contact point for each activity, followed by updating functional experience in case needed. They can view work schedule, employment terms, and leave eligibility, and these details are populated based on the contract template selected. This is how onboarding process is kicked off, and all the activities and checklist tasks associated with onboarding process are assigned to the respective users. The next application is onboarding process AI setup. There are 2 processes set up already, so let's have a look at staff hiring AI setup process. This process has multiple activities defined, which could be for department or individual. Let's open an activity, IT readiness. You can create your own processes and create activity list, which can be associated with checklist, as we can see in this case. In this example, this is a department-level activity and assigned to Peter Paul, who could be department manager or coordinator. You can define time allocated for this activity, escalation requirement, and if yes, then define the day on which the system needs to escalate. Define if system needs to send reminder or follow-up email. Also, you can set up criteria for the system to send an email on a specific event. This is how we set up onboarding process AI and define all the rules that need to be followed. You can link positions with the process and operating locations. Based on the positions and operating locations, the system can automatically pick processes when needed. This is how you can set up Onboarding Process AI, activities which are linked with checklists, and also define onboarding schedule that day, and activities planned for the candidates. Let's move to our next application, which is checklist management. This is the list of checklists created in the system, and you can create your own checklists. These checklists are then linked with activities defined while setting up Onboarding Process AI. For instance, checklist IT activities have several tasks or checklist items associated, and you can define who is responsible to execute the action or task. These checklists can be managed by individual departments or coordinators to delegate tasks to the concerned persons. Now moving to our next application, Individual Task Center, where all the persons who are either assigned an activity or checklist task can see their open tasks, take necessary action, and update status of the tasks. You can see the activities related to you, and then list of checklist tasks gets listed. You, being responsible for the activity, can update status for the complete activity or checklist tasks, or let the concerned persons update their actions. Our next application is Onboarding Monitoring Dashboard for HR leaders to keep an eye on the activities in progress. You can see timeline here, which shows who are the candidates due to onboard in the next few days or weeks. Let's open Isaac, who is scheduled to onboard in 9 days. Here, you can see the list of activities that need to be completed, along with the checklist items listed below for the selected activity. So it is ready for IT to onboard the candidate as all the tasks are completed. This interactive graph we call Sunburst is for drilling down into positions and then candidates who are onboarding currently. Let's move to another allocation, which is Appointments Management, that can also initiate onboarding process. You can define your preferences at organization level if you want to follow up pre-onboarding plans or use appointment management application to kick off onboarding process. The details you see here are populated automatically, such as leave eligibility, terms and conditions, work schedule, etc., from the Terms of Engagement (TOE) template that is selected while appointing candidates. Let's open Eligibility Profile application to know what all we can define in this. We do not have any eligibility profiles available in this instance, but you can define compensation, leave eligibility, and cost elements here. That's all we have in this demonstration, and we thank you for watching this video.